Shortly after I started my business, Larry and I got to know each other, and we had a mutual client who was using DISC, and so he introduced me to it through that work, and it just kind of grew from there. It is fun. I teach a recurring class to first-time and potential managers, and probably at this point I think we've had almost 500 people go through that class. Work styles is one of the things we cover in the 2 days. That is unanimously the most popular section of that class. I have never had negative feedback about it, and I watch these people go, oh, that's why my boss drives me completely nuts, because our styles are completely different. No wonder he acts like he's not listening to me half the time, right? He's a D, he needs everything in bullet points, and I'm a C, and I'm analyzing things, and he gets impatient and stops listening to me, right? They start putting their coworkers in there, and their boss, and then they even start extrapolating what their whole team might be like, and the conversations that happen at the tables when I do that are amazing. I think most of business leaders will agree that a large portion of the problems that exist when it comes to people have to do with poor communication. By smoothing the path and helping people understand why some of those things come about, why that conflict might exist, that eliminates an enormous percentage of people problems. I have never, ever, in all these years I've been using it now, 8 years probably since I started using DISC, never had negative feedback, not once. The feedback is always, wow, that was awesome. I wish we could have spent more time on that. Just do it. It's an overwhelmingly positive experience, and they will love being able to see the group light up. It's also really user-friendly, both for the facilitator and the participants. The reports are easy to read, they're very visual, the participants will like it. They open up so much more because it's less personal, right? So they don't get defensive. There's a way to talk about it. You talk about the styles, you don't talk about the individual person. To my peers, that's what I tell them is your experience is going to be positive no matter what with this tool. So use it, because then your client's going to have this great experience. It makes you look good, and you can build on it. That's better for us as teachers and trainers to have that common thing that we can keep bringing up, because then it demonstrates to our clients the value over time if we can keep continuing to use it for multiple purposes. Larry's been fantastic. As a DISC distributor, he has access to a lot of tools for the facilitators, and so he has trained me, and I think having that someone who's used it extensively can tell you what works, what doesn't work. If he's put something together that worked really well, he's very open with sharing it with the people that he uses DISC with, and that sort of level of caring. How to use the facilitator tools, that's been huge. You know, they have a lot of tools, so sorting through and picking out which things work the best, Larry can save me tons of time, because I can ask him, well, how did that go over with people? And you know, this is what my client's thinking, this is what they're trying to use it for, which pieces of this do you think are going to work best with them? And so we can brainstorm some of those ideas together, and that helps save me a lot of time in developing my presentations for my clients. I keep him informed. You know, he'll ask if he sees a lot of these DISC reports coming through my account. He'll say, oh, okay, well, what are you doing? And I'll tell him what I'm using it for, what the client wants to get out of it, and he always gets in touch with me after I'm done to see how it went, to see if there's anything that they're gonna need in the future, what are my plans for follow-up with them, and are there other tools or other things that could help me. Over the years, he's not just my DISC distributor, he's my friend, my colleague, my mentor, and his experience out there in the world, he came first. He's already been there and done that with everything that I'm trying to do. and his level of support for me. And I know from other colleagues that it's not just me, it's just how he is. That level of support means a lot to me, not just as a business owner, but as a fellow consultant as well, to know that he's there and that he's kind and caring and is such a wonderful person to be around and to work with. It's easy. It's always easy. And I thank you, Larry, for making my job and my life a lot easier and more fun. Yeah.